Hi, Victoria. How are you?
I'm amazing. You?
I'm great, thank you. I'm so excited to talk to you about your new single. So, Victoria, you're officially starting a new phase of your career as a DJ with your first single. When and how did you start DJing?
I started like a couple years ago because I always went to clubs since I was like in my teenage years, and I always like loved electronic music, but I never thought of starting because I was so busy and I never had time. But then I had a lot of like DJ friends, so a couple years ago I asked them to like teach me, and we started playing together. And like since the first time I played, I like felt in love immediately. And so initially I was like trying to throw parties with my friend just to get an excuse to play and something. And like I was trying to play at every random little club. I was like, sorry, can I play? Can I play? And I really loved it. So I really wanted to start doing it like professionally, but I never had time, of course. Also because we were working and we were on tour with the band. So when we had like some months off with the band where we were not touring, I like got the occasion and I like threw myself into it completely. And it's been really amazing.
Right. And I was reading the press release for this first single, and you say that you never wanted to fit in boxes that people tried to put you in. And when Måneskin came out, a lot of rock fans saw you as somewhat responsible for saving rock and roll.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that was one of those boxes that people put you in and is turning to electronic music a way to break out of this?
No, I mean, this is not like a way to break out of it. Just in general, like both with the band and my own like musical project with the DJing and producing, I just never felt like, the need to be in a certain way. I feel there's so many like rules that, okay, so to be a real techno DJ, you have to only wear a black t-shirt and not smile and only play tracks without vocals and blah, blah, blah. And the same in rock and roll, of course. So there's so many stupid stereotypes that I think just like really makes you stuck and doesn't really make you able to be completely free and be yourself. And in music, I just want to have fun and do something that represents me, and I don't care like to find approval from other people. I mean, I want to share my music with the people and for them to enjoy it and create a connection, but I want it to be like something genuine, like for them to appreciate me for who I am, and I don't want to have to like change and so I can try to earn their respect of being like a real rock and roll or real techno. I think these stereotypes are really limiting.
And your first single is a collaboration with Anitta, which
Yeah.
she's huge in Brazil.
Yeah.
And why did you choose her as a feature for this first single, and how did you invite her?
Because I'm really in love with like baile funk and just this Latin vibe of music and Latin core, guaracha, and so on. And I've always been playing this in my sets since I started. And when I started producing my first track, which is this one that just came out, I had put like a Brazilian sample vocal from internet, and I felt in love. And initially I was like, okay, just put it like as a placeholder, then I can remove it or figure it out. But then I was like, wow, I really can't like get it out of my head. So then I thought, okay, Anita would be perfect on this track because she's like literally Brazil's queen. So I just texted her. I said, hey, I have this song. I'm working on my new project, and I don't know if you would like to like sing on it. And initially, I didn't think she would say yes, of course, because as you said, she's like so big, and this is like a more, I don't know, underground in a way project. Like it's like quite tough music also. So maybe it's not like the most commercial thing in a way, but like she immediately said, "Oh my God, I love this song. Yes, let's do it. Let's do it." And a week after, she sent me like the recordings that she made on it, and I was like in the plane and with like a little Wi-Fi I could download it, and I was like in the plane dancing like crazy. It was amazing.
So the music video is super fun and it's also pretty hot. How was
Yeah.
it behind the scenes, and how was it to shoot, the more intimate scenes with Anita?
It was really fun. She's like super chill, super fun and nice. So like immediately when she came on set, we just had so much fun. And I don't know, I love like being really a part of the creative part in the video clip. So I had so much fun also coming up with all these ideas because it's like something so different also of course than what we always did with the band. But it was really fun, and like inspiring, and I had so much fun with Anita. Like it's crazy. And I have to improve my dancing. I have to improve my twerk and quadriginho, but I it went okay in the end.
I think it looks pretty good. You did really well. Sexiness and sexuality seem to be a very important part of your personal brand. You're never afraid to express your sexuality on your art, on stage, on social media. So, how important is sex to you and to your art, and what does it mean to you?
I think it's like a form of expression, of course, and I for me it's really important to just feel free to be myself, and not have to like hide it, or I don't know, be prude about it as like often girls are expected to be. And I think especially like in music, in the music industry, often girls are like diminished if they are too like sexually confident or provocative or whatever. And like people just focus on that, and so there are like, I don't know, I saw even like some comments in like my videos DJing of people like, oh my God, she's not even DJing, she's just a stripper and like bullshit like this. And it's like, it's crazy because it's literally people that never heard me play, never heard the set, probably they don't even know how to DJ or how it fucking works. But then they just like diminish you because why? Because you're too naked, too hot, dancing, having fun. It's really sad. And I think people are really like frustrated and want to put down like girls that are just empowered and free to be themselves because it's probably scary to them. I don't know. But I mean, I've always felt very confident in this, and I want to be free about it, and I don't want people like to block me and not allow me to do what I want. So I think it's like very important also for like young girls to feel free, to feel like that they can be who they are, that they don't have to be ashamed of anything. Like they, if they want to go out in a bikini and bra, it's okay. I mean, everyone should be free to feel good in their body and dress how they want. And I think it should never be reduced only to that what an artist is. And I also love Anita for this because she's also very free, and like I love the fact that she's also very explicit and doesn't care about these stupid comments.
Yeah, I feel like she definitely represents, this line of thinking in Brazil. You've talked about how these comments about the way you dress, the way you portray yourself on stage, be it DJing or with the band. So you've been a part of Måneskin for 8 years now. And how does it feel to be a woman in rock and roll for you? Like, how has these last years under the spotlight been to you?
I mean, I think it's kind of the same as like what I just said. I mean, there's also a lot of like stereotypes and stuff like this. And I mean, often I think the most of the negative comments I get is always because being too naked, being like, I don't know, too provocative or whatever. So I feel it's always quite reduced to that. And I think that's really sad. But unfortunately, I think it's like this in like all aspects of music industry and just in the world in general, and like in every other job, or just I don't know, if you walk out on the street and you're just dressed how you want. It's like people are really, I think they really need to accept to let other be themselves and be free and without judging. And then of course I think also in the rock scene, especially when I started playing and I was like a kid and I was playing like electric guitar and whatever, and it's always like you're always told like, no, like girls don't play electric guitar, you should do something more soft, or you're expected like, yeah, to be more pop or whatever. It's like always like labeling people just because of gender. It's really stupid.
Right. And what's next for this project? Are you releasing an album? What can we expect to see next from you?
Yes, I'm working on a lot of new tracks, so I think I don't know yet how it will be because I want it to be very like spontaneous. I'm working on so many things, and like when I feel it's the right moment, I will just put it out. I don't know if one single at the time, if a whole record or whatever, but I'm for sure working on so much stuff, and I'm having so much fun. It's really stimulating for me, and I'm really letting like my creative process be free. And I also love this thing that I can collaborate with a lot of artists that like I love this fusion of like mixing, even more pop artists or commercial artists, but then with a more heavy electronic instrumental. And I think it creates a really cool crossover, and you can get inspired by so many different styles and so many different singers. So I'm really excited for this.
And how will you balance this with your work with the band and have the guys being supportive of you in this new endeavor?
Yes, they are super supportive. Like when I started teaching, we were always organizing party together where I could play, and we were always together. So it's kind of it has stayed the same because like every time I play, they come and we have so much fun. And I mean, I it's like it's not a problem for me to balance it because now we just finished our tour. So now I have a little bit of times where I can focus on this. But of course, every time I need to work with them, it's like always my priority, and I will always have time for that.
Right. And I'm curious about something because you're friends with Anita and you were talking to me about the quadradinho and the dancing, but you also have a Brazilian girlfriend. So have you absorbed anything from Brazilian culture to your daily life?
Yeah, I think like she also showed me, of course, a lot of like the music, and she always shows me things that are in the typical culture there, and also like visiting Brazil and having so many Brazilian friends. I think it really like showed off on me also the beauty of this culture and the music and everything. And like we went to like a Brazilian party with Brazilian DJs, so I really love it, and I love the energy Brazilians have because they are so fun and free, and like they're the craziest. So I love it so much, and I hope to play in Brazil soon as well because it's really like my dream.
So, for my last question, how are you feeling about the reception of this first single so far? And were you nervous to drop it? How were you feeling before you dropped this?
I was really excited more than nervous because like I'm super proud of how it came out, both the video, the track, the collaboration, everything was amazing. So I'm really like proud, and I feel represented as my first release. So I couldn't wish for anything better, and it has had an amazing reception. Like everyone's been so nice, and now I have all the Brazilian comments for that, so I love it. And yeah, I'm like super happy. Of course, I mean, there's always a little bit of nervousness when you release something so new. You don't know how people are gonna perceive it and stuff like this. But I also think like this kind of music I'm making is like so different than what I make with the band. So of course I completely understand if like some of our fans don't like this music because it's like two different worlds. But I hope also to build a new fan base that will love me and appreciate me for this.
Wow.